Thank you for watching the Animal One Guys YouTube channel. If you like this video, please leave a like and leave me a comment. And if you like a lot of my content, please subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to get notified every time I post a new video. Thanks, guys. Happy Cinco de Mayo, except it's not Cinco de Mayo, but happy Cinco Day 5. Day 5. Here we are. So this series is turning out to be much more interactive than I thought it was going to be, and that's really awesome because some of you guys have asked really good questions. Some of you have given really good tips, so I'm really excited about all of that. And I thought before we go in and we feed her, and then we're possibly going to look at fixing some nail damage here. If she does not eat, we're going to focus on the nails. But so first of all, thank you everyone for that advice, questions, all of that. It's awesome. So people wanted to know, how do I know, she doesn't have parasites or this or that? Well, that's a great question. Whenever you get a new reptile, again, you're taking it in from someone who is telling you they had it as a private pet and that they don't think it has parasites. You're gonna want to observe the reptile. You don't need to rush them to the vet if the reptile is not sick or showing clear signs that she's sick. So yes, she had some diarrhea on day 1, but that was a long traumatic move, and it could be incorporated into that. Plus with a kind of unhealthy diet, right? So. Not saying that I'll never bring her to the vet. It's not on the picture yet. It's too soon. What I would like to do is get some food in her and get her eating and examine one of her stools. Is it solid? Is it loose? Etc. So the reason why I'm not rushing to the vet, guys, because remember, I weighed her. She's in a safe target weight. I look at her eyes. I measured her. Her length is good. She doesn't have any wounds or anything like that. So let's wait to see if we can get in some food. And then remember, I've been giving her some Repti-Aid. That's immune support. This is really good at getting rid of some intestinal parasites as well. So, that's another step in the right direction. She's drinking water, which is another good thing, right? So she's there. She may just not be hungry yet. So there's no rush yet. Now, if she's got diarrhea and she's eating normal and has diarrhea and things like that, we're going to want to take her in. They're going to want to take, a swab and see if there's any parasites in her stool. But we don't need to rush and do that. That's a small chance that could happen. The next question is, maybe she's not used to roaches. Well, you guys had saw I've tried superworms. I tried the Pinky Mouse. She didn't have any interest in them, so she just didn't have any interest in eating yet. Okay, not a big deal. It's okay if they haven't eaten over 3 or 4 days. In fact, an adult, she's 5 years old, so she's not growing. So, she's not eating like a pig anymore. So that's something we can keep in mind. The other question that was brought up is maybe she's not used to being hand-fed. That is an excellent point, and I'm glad that someone brought that up because I kind of mentioned it. She did have a food bowl that was provided with her, and perhaps she's not used to being hand-fed. We're going to give it a couple more days, and if she is not eating, I'm going to kill some superworms and kill some roaches, fresh kill them, and put them in here on the tray, and we'll see if she goes after it. Just set up the camera. I'll probably set up the camera for a time lapse or even for a video recording. That way I can leave the room and we can see if she eats. Now, one thing to note is she's definitely not scared because she's not running from my hand. I've gone in, I've pet her on her head, I've pet her on her back. All of that's okay. So those are good signs. Which is great because we have to address the problems with the hooks on her nail just so she'll be able to walk better. The other thing though, guys, with the diet and the energy level is, remember, we don't know how long she was without UV lighting. So she definitely had it at some point, but we don't know, was she a week without it? Was she without it for a day or two? I can't get an answer on that. So she could just be low on energy, and getting in, a week's worth of the proper heat and the proper amount of UV could help catch her up to getting that energy, getting an appetite back, and eating. So these are things that even a vet would tell you, hey, you have to address these things to rule them out as well. So good starts, good things to address, great. So now that I've blabbed for 5 minutes and we haven't even offered her food yet, let's go ahead and offer her food. But keep these questions coming. Keep your comments, coming. Your ideas, your suggestions to help me, because I would love to break them through, break them up, discuss them in the next video and every day. Because like I said, we're going to just keep shooting forward with this series. Hopefully, we'll get her eating. We'll fix her nails. We'll be able to monitor her going to the restroom. And then this series will just become, an update video on her, things like that. It doesn't have to be a daily log. So we're going to try Dubia Roach again. Here's our roach. She's looking this way. That doesn't mean she's showing interest in the roach. But let's see what we get. Okay, this time she's looking more at my hand here. So this could be an interesting sign. Oh, opening her mouth. Come on. Nothing. And so you guys saw her, her body reaction. She looks down here. She opens her eye. She sticks her tongue out a little bit, but she's just not in it for food. And that's okay. That sign right there is normally a sign. She's not scared of my hand. She's not backing up away from it. She's not checking it out, so we don't have to worry about that. That reaction that she's been doing is normally the reaction that she's just not hungry. Okay, that she's not hungry. Let's take her out, though, and let's correct those nails a little bit, because she's been sitting on there. Now's a good time to take a quick look at them. Okay, welcome back to the nail setting, where we're going to take a peek at everything. We're here with RC. We've got our camera set up. Let's talk about how we're going to deal with her nails. So normally, you could take nail clippers to them, but what happens if the nail is a good length, but just has the angle wrong? Well, that's when you can take a very, very fine pet file. And I got this one here. This is actually for large dogs. And you can give them just a file. Now, the nice thing is, being for large dogs, this thing is, massive over... What are we going to do? We're going to eat that? This thing is massive overkill for some of the smaller reptiles, but this thing is great because it is so fine that we can get in there, and with one or two little beep beep, that thing, it would take off so much. We can get a really good look and get that nail exactly to how we want. Now remember, this nail is a problem here because of the way she walks, and you can see it. Zoom in on it. You can see that and it'll never be perfect, but you can see that this bottom nail here, she walks on the front of the nail. Now, there's no way to perfectly correct this. It's just the way her finger has formed, where that should be more straight. It bent down here. This could have been an injury. It could have also been metabolic bone disease, and she wasn't getting proper UV. A lot of her fingers seem to be kind of messed up like that, either bent up at a certain point or bent down. The bent up is better because although it bends up like that, at least you can sit the nail flush. The bent down is a problem because a lot of times they walk right on the side of the nail, and you don't really want to do that. Now, remember, she has not had her nails trimmed all but one time when she was younger. So we're going to take a peek at these, and we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see if any need to be cut and which ones need to be trimmed. And we're going to give it our best here, okay? All right, RC, let me pick her up first so I can get a good look at exactly which nails I want to work on. and which nails we don't want to work on. Okay, I've looked at all her nails, and I see the ones we need to do a little bit of work on. Now, the next question is, how do you know what nails to cut? Well, you can really cut the nails as much as you want over time. So as long as you cut them little by little back to where the vein is, the quick in there, that vein will retreat further and further back. If you cut where the vein is, you can cause them a little bit of pain. Sometimes there's no pain, and sometimes there's very little, but you will get blood. Again, just a dab of cornstarch, and that's fine. Now, what do you do if you can't see the vein, like on some bearded dragons, like her, where it's more dark? You can get a flashlight, and I'm going to see if we can show you with her, but you get a flashlight, you turn it on, and you put the nail on the light, and you'll be able to see through the nail really well, and you'll be able to identify where the vein's at, and then you know exactly where you can and can't cut. So let's see. Let's give this a try. I don't know how well it will come out on camera, but we'll see if we can do it like this. Oh yeah, it comes out pretty well. So in the middle nail, let's see if you can see the it kind of, the camera enhances the light of the flashlight too much, but you can see through, and you can see the vein goes all the way almost up to the tip. So that's fine. So I've run this through all of her nails. I see where the vein is on all of her nails, what needs to be done, and we're going to do it. So, but we're going to do most of them with the file, because we just want to get some of these angles fixed. Now, remember, not having her nails been cut, this could be traumatic for her. We are gonna cut this bottom one, and we're gonna just line it up, hold her nail, slide in the amount we want, and fire. And she pulled it away just as we did it, so that's fine, and that looks really nice. We took off a good amount of that nail. And this bottom nail, we really would, if we can get it trimmed up to about here over time, up to about there where that black starts that you can see there, that's going to be ideal. Now, the next things that we're going to do, we're going to come with the file, and we're just going to fix. There we go. And that's all it takes, is a few passes to drastically change the angle. So let's watch this. Let me try to show you a good one. Ooh, it's hard to see on the carpet. But this one here, so get it down here. It just sits on the tip here, just the black tip. We do not want that. We want it to sit flush on the entire nail so it's easier for her to walk. We just file that tip down a little bit. And when it sits on it, it sits nice and a lot more flush. You normally don't have to file, guys, if you are the one who's just trimming your reptile's nails, or if they do a better job. Sometimes you just need a better stone in there. And it is starting to pour rain here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. The other one claw that we have to do, that we'll do, is the back foot. Look at this guy. Come here. Come on, RC. It's okay. Come here. Look at that back claw right there. Again, same thing. She stands on the base of the nail, how it hooks under like that. And that's what we need to fix. So we're going to take the snippers to these, and we're going to just snip just enough like that. And we're going to just be doing that routinely to get that vein to retreat to where we can get it perfect. But all right, guys, thank you for watching day 5. I know we got no food. I know everyone's waiting for us to get food, but we've gone ahead and we filed her down. We filed the couple off camera that were in a bad position. We filed on camera the ones that needed to be filed. There's one more right here. File it down. Oh, much better. Oh yes, much better. All right, guys. You have a great day. Take care.